It's lit.
Hoopa GX here and bringing you another deck profile, and today we're going to be talking about the infamous Eternimator. Yeah, so Eternatus Vmax, infamous for destroying almost every deck in the game at the moment, except fighting types. Irony. Yeah, busted. It's probably what everybody's talking about in the Pokemon community. Probably not. That was just an assumption on me. I decided to run with it locals. I think there was like 6 or 7 people playing it there out of a total of 14. And I kind of built this in the mindset the chances of me encountering Pokemon V VMAX wards is very slim. And I've got ways to out it anyway, so you might see some card choices in here that are a little bit questionable, but based on what I was playing against and what I anticipated playing, there are a bit of a few weird choices. So, firstly, we have 3 Eternatus Vmax. It just makes sense, right? It's an Eternatus deck. You know, let's send 3 Terminators after John Connor. This is going to be a Terminator episode. And if you're not 18, you shouldn't be watching Terminator. It's a very, very graphic movie. So then we got 4 Eternatus Vs. Or Eternimator Vs. Dark Fate. And then we got 4 Crobat Vs. Again, that just kind of pushes our draw support further in. And then we run 4 Galarian Zugzagoon even. This is to kind of get our bench sniping. I managed to get almost 7 damage counters on the board in one game. You can use these to kill off a rival Eternatus if you're playing smart. And then Hoopa GX, because he has a fantastic ability in the attack Rogue Ring, search your deck for 2 cards, add them to your hand, and that's like a switch in the boss's orders in my mind if it gets to that point. He wasn't an attacker, it was literally for that one attack. Did I get it off? Of course not. I managed to use it once while testing and I ended up winning that game, so I was like, oh, I'll throw it in. Did I use it once? No. So yeah, that's the monster lineup anyway. So next we're going to go through some of our item support. Or what Eternimator's weapon choices, shall we say. So we've got 4 Quick Ball, Search Out, enough said. Running 3 Great Ball. I kind of like the idea of just having 3, because there was plenty of occasions where my bench was full and I was drawing into this and it kind of did nothing to promote, like to advance the game state. And that's with like using all the Crobats, using a lot of Zigzagoons, Galarian Zugzagoons. So we got 4 communications. I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm just thinking about Terminator references or Eternimator's references. Yeah. And then we've got 4 scoop ups, so we can start like really poking in some damage. I saw 7 pokes. I say 7 pokes. I managed to hit for 7 damage counters in one game. And this card was just stupidly good. But I misplayed by putting 2 on a different one. It was an Eternatus mirror match, so I should probably point that out. 2, if I put the 5 and the 2 together, that's 7, and then hit for Eternatus's max damage on its own, which is 270, I would have had a knockout in an Eternatus Vmax. And I misplayed, and I was so devastated, but I learned. I learned that. I was like, but genuinely, this card, MVP, ridiculously good. 3 switches. I'm running out of room here. And then 4 turbo patch. So yeah, the turbo patches just give us a little bit of energy acceleration to kind of boost our Eternimax chances of getting an attack off. And then we've got our switches just in case we need to like fool around and bounce around with cards. I might run 2 because it wasn't necessary to run 3. Also, I was like thinking of like for energy acceleration, I could probably turn this into like a welder engine deck.
Fire emoji.
Hold me to that. So for the rest of the deck, we're just going through. So we got a couple of stadiums. So we've got Black Market, 1 power plant. Never really saw play. It's probably gonna get taken out. Like it just disrupts like those GX ability decks, like Dead Denays. Again, didn't see much play though. It could be another Great Ball. Anyway, we're not here to decide. This is basically what I took to locals. So we got 3 Marnie. Now I run 3 bosses orders in here. So this was my excuse for not playing anti-V wall Pokemon. So the situation was, due to the new restrictions, we're in pods of 6 to cooperate with the government guidelines in the UK. And because of that, I was like, well, the chance of me going against a V Pokemon wall is very small. So I was like, why don't I crank up the bosses and then just focus on more like getting the Eternimator out and kind of trying to like make big stabs at like the bigger Pokemon they might have. The problem is, it's like the flaw with that strategy is it is a chance, like, you know, and if they're running like Decidueye or Galarian Zugzagoon, the chances are you're only going to be able to take 3 of those prizes, and then you're hoping to kind of like snipe out the rest. Anyway, we'll continue. So the next is 3 Professors Research. And then last is a Rose. So in an emergency situation, you can basically power up a Vmax Eternatus Vmax. Why did I say it like that? Yeah, so like the light is out really bright, so I'm just going to sit that there. I need a new light. Anyway, as you can see, I'm absolutely sweating. Jesus. Deck build was kind of more focused on that prospect of being able to get out Eternatus very quickly and then have more like Eternatus support on the bench. It worked out very well. On Sunday, I won 2 games and drew 1. Yeah, I was really happy with the deck and how well it played. I managed to get off loads of turbo patches as well, which is quite very like rare when you're unlucky as me. So these came in very handy. But yeah, no, that's literally just like. So for the energy cards, you'll have to excuse the fact that I'm in a different t-shirt because I totally forgot to film that segment in the original cut of the video. So I've had to kind of put this in just to kind of finish off the deck profile, and I just realised that I completely forgot about it. So apologies on my part. So for the energy selection, we have 1 Hiding Emoji because we're running 3 switches. So I wanted to play one of these and then have more basics, which meant I had more answers for Turbo Patch essentially, or more Turbo Patch target. 2 Capture Energy. The reason I'm playing 2 and not many more is because, again, we were saving most of our energies for our Turbo Patch targets. And yeah, it's a good card, but again, like it's very easy to fill up the bench, so I didn't want loads of the card. I just wanted to kind of have a couple just in case that I drew into it, and then it just basically boosts the Eternatus' attack by 30, provided I get the extra basic Pokemon. And then we were running 7 Psychic Energies. So in a total of 10 energies, the deck does sometimes struggle to get the energies to hand. So I kind of wanted to make sure I had plenty of energies to go around, and I thought 10 was enough. Irony, I actually play more energies in this deck than I do my Charizard Vmax deck. Because there's less opportunities to search it in this deck, and I'm using less energy search cards, so I decided to kind of just put 1 more in just to kind of push my luck a little bit. Yeah, so go back to the original video. It's probably going to look a little bit weird on the edit, but I wanted to make sure I kept it consistent and give you all the information. It's not a deck that I think is fun to play because you're literally you do the same moves. I'm more excited by the prospect of like playing a welder kind of engine because you kind of spend a lot of the like turn digging, and that could be fun on its own. as this is kind of like, you just need that 1 energy per turn, and that's kind of what you're hunting for. There's no like, there's not as much of a big risk factor playing this deck, and I think that's where it loses like the appeal for fun. But power, ridiculous. It's stupid good. Like, when I was testing, it beat ADP. It's just crazy. Again, this could all be down to like the circumstances of the game and stuff, but these were just my experiences and how I was playing the deck. But yeah, Eternimator wins. That's me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can also give us a thumbs up. If you want to comment on the fact that my forehead's looking very shiny right now because there's a beaming light like shining on my head and I'm absolutely sweating because it's hot in here, you can also have a joke about that. Anyway, whatever. Have a great day, guys, and peace out.